Have you ever wanted to pick my brain or another photographer's brain, asking them, how did you create that photo from start to finish? Well, today I'm going to walk you through exactly that. I'm going to show you how I created this photo from the start, from behind the scenes footage of me getting that photo all the way up until the Lightroom edits. If you're new here, hey, I'm Sarah Monica, and this channel is perfect for you if you are a freedom-driven photographer that values intentionally creating a business that feels aligned to your values, that feels abundant and burnout free at the same time. Because let me tell you, hustle is just not the vibe anymore. The paradigm has shifted, and I'm here to show you how to make your business feel aligned and burnout free and abundant all at the same time without that push and that hustle energy. And if you're a longtime OG over here, I am so excited that I'll be creating these YouTube videos for you as primary content and not just for the Shine and Thrive photography podcast. That is still going to be part of how I create, how I share, but I'm really excited to bring you on this more visual journey because we are visual beings, we're photographers, and I want to be able to show you things step by step visually and connect with you like this. I want to feel like we're actually hanging out together. So if you're excited to tune into this visual show, make sure you hit that subscribe button below so you never miss the next episode. Okay, so now on to today's share. So I'm gonna take you a little bit behind the scenes now. I captured some video footage with my Meta glasses. This was my first time using them. It was at a wedding in Mexico. And I got the behind the scenes literally through glasses. I had these Meta glasses on. I clicked record while I was shooting, taking photos. You'll be able to actually visually see how I prompted them and hear it as well. So have a look at that first.
Go this way. Oh, unless you guys are like, we don't want to go barefoot.
No, I can go barefoot.
Yeah? Are you okay to go barefoot?
Barefoot?
Yeah. Unless you could stay in your shoes, but it just might be more comfortable for you.
You're gonna really go.
Yeah.
These cheap shoes?
They're really nice.
They're not cheap.
No, what are they? Suede? Suede?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you say felt?
Felt? they felt good.
They felt. Oh my god. Okay. So if you guys walk this way, I'm just gonna see what I'm gonna do with the pool. This is probably what it needs to be. Can you walk? So Olivia, you'll go down and start here. And then you'll like kind of walk along and you'll hold your hand as you're walking. Amazing. Okay, and then down to the beach.
Okay, so now you know how I prompted them, and I want you to keep in mind that these photos were taken at sunset, so we already had a lot of the day to warm up together. They already had some drinks, so that's why the energy, it was actually easier to just already be flowing and playful and not be so stiff. So back to how I created the photo. Just as an FYI, this couple is super playful and silly. They just have that kind of bond together. I already knew this from the engagement questionnaire questions that I sent them when I prep up to leading to a wedding day. So I always make sure to do my research to really get to know the vibes that the couple has when they are together, when they are having a good time and bonding, because that is how I can authentically photograph their connection. I don't want to just assume that a couple loves quiet, calm, intimate, romantic, emotional photos if maybe that is actually not the main aspect of the relationship. And so they are more goofy and fun. And so that's why these are more like smiley and playful instead of cool vibe, expressionless photos. Like, you know, those photos that are like, you look at the couple and you're like, they are just too cool. I don't even know if I'm that cool of a human. Like, they have the coolest glasses, or they're like pulling off some kind of crazy hat. And I don't know what it is about me and my work. I just don't know, like, it's not the photos that I create. There are photographers that are amazing at that, and they are amazing at connecting with other couples on that aspect and getting creative that way. But I think it has a lot to do with like our deeper why as photographers, right? Every photographer is driven by something different, and I'm driven by literally pinpointing that unique energy that this couple has and then bringing it out and giving them permission to feel that and be that way and embracing it and flowing through when we are creative together. So yeah, this is just a little reminder that I sometimes too look at other photographers' work that looks super cool, and then I think, I'm like, I'm not cool enough. Like, I don't create images that are this cool, you know? And I just want you to know that that doesn't matter. Like, we were made to create the images that we create, and we were made for the clients that we have. We are literally meant for our clients. So if you also get that feeling sometimes where you're comparing yourself to other photographers' work and you're like, I don't create work like that. Should I be creating work like that? Like, no, stop shitting on yourself. Go back to your why, go back to what excites you when you create, and just continue to create that, continue to make that process better for you, continue to iterate your creative expression that way, and then you'll stay on the right path. Because when we're looking outwards and trying to just be like another photographer for the sake of, well, if they're doing it and they're successful, that's what I have to do to be successful, it doesn't work. It just derails us from the path that's meant for us. So I really want you to remind you that keep what resonates with you as an artist and leave the rest, because it's not meant for you. By the way, if you want my exact questions that I send my couples for their engagement questionnaires that I use to study for wedding days and their engagement sessions, so I can actually know how to bring out their authentic energy, click the link below in the description and you can get that for free. So that could be my little gift to you as well. We're here in my Lightroom now, and I'm going to share with you here what the image looked like before. So this is all the editing that took place. I'm going to walk you through it, and this is how the raw image looked like. So I have a couple of tips here before I even start editing for you. So firstly, if you haven't tried Imagen Ai yet, the AI editing software, like, it is a freaking game changer and time saver. So as you can see here on the left-hand side in my history, the very first step that I always take is put it out, well, after obviously the catalog is culled and all of that, I run the catalog through Imagen Ai, and it essentially has learned my profile really, really well, where I just have an even better base edit to start with. So I don't think of AI editing as a total substitute for my edits or my editor's edits. It's just a better way and a faster, more efficient way to start off the editing process, because it's like the best preset you could ever have. So if you buy preset packs and you worked with presets before, they save you time, right? Because you don't have to recreate all the settings in every single image. So I want you to think of using AI as a really strong base edit preset that's even better than the preset packs that you have. The cool thing is that you can use the presets that you do love and enjoy already. That is what you train the AI editor with, Imagen Ai. And so that's what I did. And it's just a process where you just have to be patient at the start. And in the beginning, it'll feel like you're not really getting anywhere, and you're like, the AI isn't really learning your style, but then you'll cross this threshold where you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is like pretty much 50% done for me. And then editing becomes so much faster. And if you want to try Imagen Ai, just click the link below in the description and you'll get 1,500 free edits with the exact link that I have there. And what's really cool is once you start getting those 1,500 free edits, you already start training your AI to work for you for the future, for like the long term. So this is a no-brainer for you to just get started for free. And also I wanted to share, because I know some of you are going to ask, oh, like, what presets do you use? Do you sell any of your presets? So mine is a little bit of like an anomaly. I actually have been using one preset for most of my career that I figured out, because I really just want to keep my editing simple and consistent. And I've developed a preset that works in all lighting scenarios for me on wedding days. I just use one preset for all weddings, all sessions, everything. It's so simple, and I personally love that. It's not for everyone to do it that way, because you want to be creative with different things, but for me, I enjoy that, and it leaves me space to be more creative with other things in the business and in my photos and my work. I did do something a little bit different to actually develop the preset even further, which was that I bought a preset pack, and it's called DC Presets by Don Charles. There's a link in the description below for you to get a discount there. And I have the DC Pack 4. And what I did is I just blended one of her presets, which is DC 4.1, with my nostalgia preset that I had developed before, because I felt like my nostalgia preset missed just a little bit of that like clean whites. The whites just weren't as clean as I wanted them to, and her whites are amazing in her presets. So that is my one preset that I use all the time. So I technically can't even sell it because half of it is Don Charles's and the other half is mine. And plus I don't sell my presets anyway because I want to keep my preset, my work, my look unique and just my own. So I don't want to be selling it anyway. That's just my personal preference. But if you do want that kind of very close look to what I have with my edits, then just go to Don Charles's presets. The link is below. You can get that discount. And yeah, her presets are amazing and she's incredible at explaining editing and all of that. So just wanted to start off with those resources for you. Okay, so let's get into editing this photo. First step for me, so this is the raw, and I made sure to underexpose because I wanted to make sure I got the clouds in the back, because the light was hitting kind of farther down, was hitting in the ocean and the clouds in the back. The sunset was behind me when I was taking this photo. So I wanted to just make sure to preserve all the highlights to make sure they're there, and I can always improve this in post-processing. So then my next step is to run it through Imagen Ai, and this is the base essentially edit that I get from that. Then I went into the exposure slider and I just bring it up while focusing on their faces first. I'm always just first focused primarily on the tones of the couple's skin, and then bring it to a place where I think I want it to be. Then I bring up the warmth a tiny bit to see, okay, what warmth do I want their skin to be? I'm gonna actually make this a little bit bigger. And to me, that's a little too yellow, too warm. I'm gonna bring it down a little more. Then next up, mine goes to the contrast slider, and his suit just looks a little bit like, I don't really like the look of that like flat image. I like a little bit more contrast in my images. So I'm just gonna bring up the contrast a little bit more because I want them to like pop from the image. So see how they're just popping a little bit more? I'm asking myself a question like, where are my eyes going in the image? And ultimately I want them to always go where the couple is. But this part down here feels a little bright to me, like the sand. So I'm actually gonna grab a brush and brush this sand part down a little bit. And I would just make it really big here. And you can see all the settings here. The feathering I have is really big, which means that it won't really even be noticeable that anything was updated there because the feathering is there. So then I'm gonna lower that a little bit more. And then I'm noticing the sand in the back behind them is also a little bright. So I'm gonna actually just paint it there as well. And just around, just the sand looks more consistent. And now they're just popping a little bit more. Her dress isn't the same color as the sand. She's popping a little bit more. So I'm just gonna hit OK on my keyboard or enter on my keyboard and do that. And then next I'm looking at the sky. I'm like, I want it to feel like really like a little bit more blue because I don't want the sky to look gray. Like who wants to look at a gray sky, especially when it is a tropical place and it's a beautiful sunset. I created a mask, but it's a graduated filter. And I bring it down a little bit, and then I can actually slide this slider here and see how the sky can turn like really, really blue or really, really like warm. So I'm just sliding it to a spot where it looks still really natural, and that looks like really good to me there. So I'm gonna hit enter on my keyboard for that. And next I'm going to level, make sure that this is a little bit more strained. I'm looking at the horizon line of the ocean, whatever is like the most prominent horizon line, that's what I'm paying attention to. And then I'm really feeling like I want this water to feel much more blue than it is. So I'm gonna, again, grab the brush and just brush it here a little bit, making sure I don't just get the edges of the pool too much. So I'm just brushing it there. And this is one way of doing it, but then you can also do, so see how I'm sliding it down and it becomes that like kind of really cool blue. It adds this like layer of like, see how here the water just like is not that blue, so it blends in a little bit more. It's not like that striking like, whoa, that's a beautiful tropical blue, right? But if I bring it down a bit more, it's like, whoa, like that really adds that like crispness to the image. So that's how I did that one there. And then I'm gonna look for little distractions too, like these little things that just catch my eye that I rather 100% of the time the person looking at the photo is right away drawn to the couple. I don't want people to be distracted. So I grabbed the over here, this tool, I guess it's called the remove tool. I just realized, I'm like, I don't even know what it's called. It's the healing tool. So this little band-aid one, it's gotten better over the years. Like Lightroom has really improved it. It used to be not so great where you have to do this in Photoshop. And then now it also has this one where you can use generative AI, which helps make it a lot easier for other things. So for example, these wires here that they were amazing. He was amazing at like you have to just like walk up to them to the like last moment here, and then you can go under. So let's try this tool here. We have generative AI, and I'm just going to paint over this wire, I guess it's called, or rope, whatever. And in the back too. Okay, that's good for now. And I'm gonna click remove. Okay, so now I'm just hitting enter on the keyboard. It looks like it did it seamlessly. Like, this is amazing. The only thing I'm noticing just here on his arm, I'm like, what is that? I don't even know what that is. It just looks a little off. So I'm just gonna remove that as well. I can use the healing brush for that since generative AI can be slower. I can just tell, oops, nope. I'm gonna just do that one more time. Yeah, there we go, that's better. So that was just a lot faster there. Let me see, and now just this grassy area here, and this is also catching my eye. So I'm going to use the healing one because it's faster. And it will blend, this will blend in really easily. I just drag it over to where I want it to be. And these little guys, these little fuckers, I'll call them. There we go. And then finally this rope down here, I think I'll use generative AI for that. And it's so rare for me to work on an image for this long. Like, this is so rare. This is just one of the, because like, I actually don't have that many things to fix usually, but this is just one of those like hero images that's like super artistic. And so I just do want it to be that like elevated look to it. Let me see. Okay. And I think that's pretty much it. Let me see if there's anything else. So sometimes I'll actually even take the brush and just brush up the face a little bit just to make sure that, again, their face isn't getting lost in the background. Like, I want them, their face to be a little bit more bright sometimes so that it's the first thing we notice. There we go. Keep it looking really natural, and there we go. So yeah, that's the final image. I actually don't do all of this editing myself. I edit just maybe 70 photos from every wedding or something like that, but then I've trained my editor how to edit for me. So I save time upfront initially from the Imagen Ai software, which helps me edit the photos to like a really strong base preset. And then my editor does the rest of the work, where I save so much more time, so much more energy. I don't want to just be sitting at my computer all the time. I wouldn't be able to have this YouTube channel if I was constantly just editing all my photos. So yeah, I've eliminated the tasks in my business that drain my energy, that bore me, and I've outsourced the rest. So I have an editor, I have a virtual assistant. So I just want you to know that that's what I do. And I have one more free resource for you. So if you do want to know exactly what I outsource and when and how much time it saves me, I have my 3-hour post-wedding workflow checklist below in the description. You can click that and grab that for free for yourself too. So there you have it. That's how I created the image from start to finish. And if you watched the whole episode here, just type in the word pool into the comments just for funsies. I just want to see who stayed till the end. And also let me know if you want me to create more videos like this, because if you really loved it and you learned something, I actually love creating this video. I'm having so much fun right now. And I'm always down for sharing things like this in my process, just so we can all grow together. Let me know in the comments if you want more videos like this. And finally, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss another fresh episode when it comes out. Here I go, here I go, here I go again. What's my business? Weakness, man. Okay, then chilling, minding my business. And I couldn't believe it. Wicked, had to kick it.